7:30 now. Well, this morning there is a sign Spokane is getting back to normal. Pig Out in the Park is set to make its big return.
So yes, will it be the same event? Yeah, from the standpoint of that it's open, free.
Up ahead, what will look different and what is staying the same?
Plus, a new fund in Washington could help groups that are disproportionately affected by the coronavirus. We've got the latest information you need to know about the coronavirus vaccine this morning.
And we're taking you outside where a light round of snow is moving through. We'll let you know how much more to expect today and when our next chance of significant snow arrives later this week.
And the snow is starting to fall here in Hilliard, and let me show you slushy conditions behind me. We're going to give you an update on roads coming up.
Well, the snow isn't over yet as it continued falling overnight throughout southeastern Washington. The National Weather Service of Spokane says we should all expect winter driving conditions again today, so that means take it slow. Trooper Savigny says that troopers responded to nearly 60 crashes yesterday, saying there have been worse days, but that it is still too many, and one more reminder he has for everyone to slow down.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we're no strangers to winter weather, of course, but it's been a while since we've gotten a lot of snow like this. So this morning we do want to take a live look at the roads. We have Dana Marie McNichol joining us now with a road update. Hi, Dana Marie. What does it look like outside?
Hi, Jen. Well, it's just starting to snow here for the past half hour in Hilliard, and we're seeing some of that snow accumulate on the roads. I would describe it as slushy conditions. I'm going to step out of the way so I can give you a good idea of what you're seeing here. I'm on the intersection of Francis and Market in Hilliard, and there are piles of snow really on Market where you can't see the lines. It's slick out here this morning. It's still slushy conditions, and now that we're seeing even more snow start to fall, expect as you get out the door that the conditions might not be as good as you thought this morning. Now we are in a 24-hour all-city plow. It should take about 2 more days for the plows to hit every single road. They did start to see those residential roads last night, so you might see those arterials looking good, but residentials might take a little bit more time. Now they do suggest that you make a 36-inch path outside your house because, you know, as we see the snow continue to fall, we want to keep that clear. We traveled from the South Hill to Division and now here in Hilliard, and I'm going to say this is probably the worst conditions we've seen. Division was pretty good about an hour ago where we could see the lines. There is still slick, icy conditions. I know in many parts of the city that there was ice pre-treated, so they're looking for those de-icers on the road, which was supposed to help with this new snowfall. So again, just take it slow. We know how to drive here in Spokane, but with this new snowfall that's coming down, we should see starting to accumulate on the roads. Reporting live in Spokane, I'm Dana Marie McNichol.
Nailed it. Dana Marie, thank you very much for bringing us the latest out there from the mean streets of Spokane. All right, we'll check in with you here in just a bit, but downtown we are seeing some of that snow accumulate on the streets as well. Let's take a closer look on our webcam and live cam. Look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Notice where cars are driving, those tire lines. Ooh, but right on either side of those, not so much. Now, when it comes to this little band of snow, it's set up quick. It's a little convergence zone. We're kind of squeezing moisture out of the atmosphere. I always describe these as squeezing Play-Doh. Like imagine just taking Play-Doh between your 2 hands and jamming your hands together. And if you have one set of hands down on the ground, the Play-Doh has to come up and out. And when you get rising motion in the atmosphere, it oftentimes will lead to rain or snow, and that's what we are seeing right here. So this little band is going to last, say another half hour, hour or so, and then it'll be done. I think by the end of the show, it should be done. And with temperatures hanging out right around 20 degrees, that snow is sticking. It's going to accumulate to a bit, but I'm not worried about too much. I think less than an inch here in town today. You head south or up into the mountains of Idaho, you're getting a bit more snow. For that reason, the winter weather advisories are still in place. So look down in the Palouse, look into central Idaho. That's about what you are going to see all day long with that becoming more intense. For us here in Spokane, Maybe this afternoon we get another little shot of snow, but then we should start clearing out, and overnight we'll start to see things shift, and by tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, a little bit of sunshine. Snow this morning, a break in the action, then another possible round of light flurries later on this afternoon. Excuse me, just hiccuped. And temperatures near 30 degrees, Jen.
Hey, live TV.
I got so excited. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, I get to talk about something happening right now. And I think I got so excited I hiccuped.
Hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yep.
It's a good looking forecast, so well done.
Thank you.
All right, 7:35 now. Well, this morning a full city plow was underway in Spokane, and that could take up to 3 days to complete. We want to take a look at the progress now. Take a look at the map here. The green means that area is complete, so a lot of work left to do here. Crews are working the routes that are in purple, and they will head to areas in red next. Now you can see this map right now on myspokanecity.org. Now, you can get that sent right to your phone as well. You can text SNOW to 509-448-2000, and we'll send that right to your phone. Well, this morning we do have several school closures and delays due to the snow. Closed this morning, we have Genesee, White Pine, Lapway, Troy, and Pomeroy. On remote learning, we have Pullman, Moses Lake, St. John Endicott, La Crosse, Moscow Charter Schools, and Lind-Ritzville.
Now, Garfield-Palouse schools will also have their own 2-hour delay today. They will only be using paved roads this morning. Also, there will be no breakfast, no preschool, and no 0-hour classes offered today. Asotin Anatone School District will also have their own 2-hour delay today. We'll keep you updated this morning if there are any other changes to those delays and closures. You can also keep your eyes on KREM.com. Meanwhile, more vaccinations are set to open up today at the Spokane Arena. All vaccination appointments are full in North Idaho this morning, but new appointments will be available tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So this morning, let's let you know of 3 other things you need to know this morning when it comes to the coronavirus vaccine. Starting with number 1, the weather has caused cancellations and delays of the coronavirus vaccine appointments across the U.S. The CDC says nearly 53 million doses have been administered out of just over 70 million that were distributed. Around 14 million people have been fully vaccinated, and health experts say there could be a surge in cases from variant strains of COVID-19 in the coming weeks. Number 2, a new Washington fund is aiming to boost coronavirus vaccine equity among BIPOC and rural communities. The new Vaccine Equity Fund partners with the community-based organizations to vaccinate communities that have been hit hardest by COVID-19. Now, it'll create mobile vaccine teams and send funds to community-based organizations that can help with linguistically and culturally specific vaccine education. They will also give out community technical assistance to help with vaccine registration and transportation for people who need it. And number 3 this morning, 4 people in Oregon have tested positive for the coronavirus after being fully vaccinated. The Oregon Health Authority is investigating the, quote, breakthrough cases. The OHA reports that all 4 people tested positive at least 14 days after getting their second dose of the vaccine. Their illnesses do range from being asymptomatic to having mild symptoms, and OHA says these cases like this are not unexpected, and they were actually seen in clinical trials. They also confirmed the vaccines did still reduce the severity of COVID-19.
Well, now 1 year into the pandemic, we know people must quarantine after becoming exposed to COVID-19. But what if you're vaccinated? Can you skip the quarantine? Our Verify team looks into that question, and here's what they found.
The Verify team exists to cut through misinformation and bring you the facts. You might have seen headlines like this. The CDC says fully vaccinated people don't need to quarantine after COVID-19 exposure. So let's verify. Did the CDC really say that vaccinated people can skip quarantine? To find out, we went straight to the source, the CDC, and we found out that the claim is true, but it needs context. It turns out you need to meet a couple criteria first. Here's the CDC's full guidance. They say that you don't have to quarantine after being exposed to someone with suspected or confirmed COVID-19 if it's been at least 2 weeks since your final vaccine dose, it's been no longer than 90 days since your final dose, and you have no symptoms. So we can verify that as long as you meet those 3 criteria, this is true. The CDC says you don't need to quarantine after a COVID-19 exposure. But if you don't fit that criteria, you still need a quarantine. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
4,000 new vaccine appointments will be open today at the Spokane Arena. We'll tell you when they open and how you can sign up. Plus, we'll take a look at the state of vaccine distribution in North Idaho.
But first, one of Spokane's largest food events is coming back after the break. What you can expect at Pig Out in the Park 2021.